Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're just seeing my beautiful face for the very first time, hi, my name is Adora and you're watching Life with Ada Beke. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and all of that good stuff that you already know that we do on YouTube. And if you're an OG, welcome back, welcome. Thank you guys so much for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate it. We're still on the road to getting to 4K watch hours, and I hope you continue to support me as we go along. I know I haven't done a sit down video just myself in a while, especially like a med school, med content related video. But my next couple of videos are going to be med content, so please stay tuned. Like, I do this for you, so please continue to watch, please stay tuned, and let's get to the issue of today. One question I get asked a lot is like, Ada, I'm about to start undergrad. Ada, I want to transfer to the US. What major should I do? I'm interested in this and that. Should I pick this major? Should I pick that major? So I'm like, let me come and give you guys my opinion on what some of the best majors to do as a pre-med are. I do want to preface this by saying that in the United States, medicine is a postgraduate degree. You have to have a first degree first before you can go to medical school in the United States, and I believe Canada as well. That means you have to get a degree first. You can do any degree you want. Anyone. You can do anything. You can do science, math, music, anything. You can major in anything. All they require they don't care what your major is. All they need is that you do the prerequisite classes, that you take the prerequisite classes needed for medical school. Okay? So I am just giving, like, this advice I'm giving is not that you don't need to take my advice. I'm just kind of like, I'm going to give rationale for why I mentioned some of these majors. It's just like an idea. It's just like a building block to understand, like, what you might be looking for in a med school major, if that makes sense. Sorry, in an undergrad major. So you don't need to, like, you can choose any major you want as long as you do your prereqs. However, some majors already have those prerequisites built in as part of their majors. So I think that's what makes them rank higher on my list versus other majors. And like, so let me just so the first major or majors that I think are very, very good pre-med majors are biology and biochem. So I'm not saying this in any particular order, so for any of the majors. So I think biology and biochem are really good majors because the prerequisites for medical school are already the classes you would need to take as either a biology major or a biochem major. I was a biology major in undergrad. I hated it. If I could go back, I would change. I wouldn't have done biology. I'd have just done my prerequisites. But I understand why most pre-meds are bio majors, because like it's just easy. Like it's easy to get started the way. Why I didn't like being a bio major was because like there was a lot of plant biology. Like you have to do a lot of plant biology. And funny enough, like a lot of the classes I didn't do so well in were the plant biology ones, evolution, all those things. Like it was just not my thing. So I didn't really do that well in them. However, like I didn't have to think extra about getting my prereqs because they were already in all the prereqs, OChem, Gen Chem, Bio 1, Bio 2, Maths, like all the prerequisites where it was a built-in package. And I think the same thing applies for biochem majors. The next major that I would recommend is chemistry. Again, chemistry is a very, very popular major amongst pre-meds, and that's because like a lot of the beginning classes that you have to take as a pre-med or as a for med school and as a like prerequisite are chem classes. So what happens is like people start the chem classes, some people like it, and then they just continue as chemistry majors. Some people decide to pick up chemistry as a minor. Like it doesn't hurt to know more chemistry if you like chemistry. Like I like chemistry, but I couldn't see myself like doing the very, very upper division chemistry. I feel like chemistry is like very, very helpful, like with like thinking through certain things. And so like chemistry is a very good major if you want to be a pre-med, if that's something that you like. kind of going back to the biology point, I use biology here very, very broadly because I know some schools like subdivide their biology. My school was just general biology. Some schools have general biology, some schools have anatomy and physiology, some schools have like evolutionary biology. I think here I'm using biology in general terms, like biology, any kind of biology is a good. Another good pre-med major is engineering. I know this sounds weird, but a lot of med students were as in like studying engineering in undergrad. And I think like there's just something about engineering, like a lot of people, you know, like they like the idea of like, you know, thinking through things, like the problem solving aspect. Like there's a lot of similarities between like the problem solving that you have to like come up with as an engineer and like being able to like problem solve and like work through issues as a med student and like eventually as a physician. So like a lot of like, in fact, I think there's a med school, Iowa Carver or something, that's actually an engineering focused med school. So like a lot of their med students had an engineering focus to like, you know, before going to medical school. I remember shadowing a physician who was a reproductive endocrinologist, and she studied biomedical engineering as her undergrad. So don't think that, oh, because I studied engineering, I can't go to medical school. It's a lie. A lot of med students are engineers, like, or were engineers, like, in their former life. So, like, that's a good major. I think you might be able to get some of your prereqs done through your engineering courses, like the math, the physics, maybe the chemistry. I think you might have to go out of your way to do the bio and biochem and some of those other things. But other than that, I think, like, there's enough of an overlap that it wouldn't be too much to your schedule to actually add to be an engineer and a pre-med engineer. Another good one is psych. Yes. If I know what I know now, I would have like been a psych major. So I was a psych minor. I eventually added a psych minor to my biology major, and I thoroughly enjoyed psychology. Like, I just love like everything about psychology. Like, it's so fascinating and so interesting, like, to know how the mind works and how the, like, you know, so it's just like, it was so fascinating to me. But psych is on the mcat and I think that was one of the reasons why like psych was my highest. I think that was one of the reasons why psych was my highest like part of the MCAT as well, the psych search section. So psych is actually on the MCAT, so like it helps you, like it's a benefit. Psych is also one of the prerequisites, like it's one of, I think you have to take, most schools have some kind of like requirement for like, for you to take like psych 1 at least, prior as part of the prereqs. And with psych, if you do like something like psych, you might have to go out of your way to add your classes. I will say, like, it being a psych major, you would actually have to like make sure that you're including your pre-med recs into your psych major. But I love psychology so much. Like, a lot of med students were psych majors. So if you're a psych major and medicine can still be for you. Okay. Another one that might be shocking is politics. Yes. A lot of people were like poli-sci majors, history majors, you know, like all those things. Like, because I think we underestimate, you know, the value of learning about, you know, the social sciences and all of that, like the value that that brings into medicine. Like, there's conversations we have in our medicine in contemporary society classes, and you can tell like the poli-sci majors have had these conversations before, and so they are very, very like they know how to speak about, you know, about these topics like so well. So like a lot of things, like medicine operates, like as a doctor, you don't just see patients. You see patients in the context of a lot of things. You see patients in the context of healthcare. You see patients in the context of like insurance, how to like, you know, in government. Like, doctors do a lot of advocating. We have clubs in our, like as medical students, like where med students do a lot of advocating, like up to, you know, the White House, up to like, you know, federal level advocating. So like, don't underestimate like, you know, the value you can bring as a poli-sci major to medicine. So in that vein too as well, like sociology, like those, all those majors, sociology, poli-sci, like a lot of those, like, you know, like we call them arts classes in Nigeria, like they are very, very valuable in medicine. So like, if that's your major, just also do your prereqs if you feel like medicine is for you. Like, don't feel like you need to count yourself out because you're a sociology major or a poli-sci major. If you want to do medicine, you still can do medicine. Another one, and I'm going to group these two together, public health and allied health sciences. Like, I did my master's in public health, like you guys know, and when I tell you, it changed the way I approach medicine. Prior to doing public health, I definitely saw medicine in a very like individualized way. Like, oh, you see this patient, like you come, you see these patients, and like they go. But like public health really opened my mind, you know, to the idea of like social determinants of health, like seeing a patient in the context of everything that they bring, everything from their family, educational background, like occupation, like this, even down to the salary that they make, everything that they come into your office with that has not, like, you know, that is not just like, oh, their chief complaints. Like all those things are so important. I feel like public health really helps you to put medicine in context, like in context of society. And it's a very interesting major. With public health, you would still need to do your additional pre-med requirements as well. So like that's something you would want to consider if you're a public health major. With allied health sciences, on the other hand, a lot of people who are allied health sciences majors want to go into like occupational therapy, physical therapy, dentistry, speech pathology, like all of those stuff. So like everybody's all considered like allied health sciences. So they actually do a lot of the classes that are also pre-med requirements. So you won't be too out of the water. Like you might need to take additional classes. I know a lot of them take like nutrition classes, they take like anatomy and physiology. So you might actually take extra classes that would be beneficial for you in medical school that like biochem majors wouldn't have had to take. So allied health sciences is also a good major for anybody who wants to go to medical school. So I've presented you guys with a bunch of options. So anytime somebody asks me, I don't know what major should I do, I'll just send them this video. But like I said in the beginning, you can do any major you want. You can do music, you can do arts, you can do dance, whatever it is that you want to do, as long as you do your pre-med requirements. I just gave these majors because I feel like they are majors I've seen a lot of med students do, and I've seen like what they brought from their majors. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, to subscribe, to share, to comment. Let me know what major what you're majoring in right now. If you're not in school already, tell me what you were thinking of majoring in. And if you already in medical school, tell me what you majored in, okay? And till the next time I see you, I remain your girl Ada. Stay blessed, okay? Bye-bye.